vote for, if you want Donald Trump to win, say that. Bitch, I will vote for Satan if I have to. I don't care who we gotta deal with for the next 4 years, as long as you motherfuckers know that you fucked up and you guys are gonna deal with some type of repercussion for what happened for the last 10 months. I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that bitch does not win and the Democrat Party loses the election. Fuck you guys. This is the time for all the minorities, all the movements, all the working class to come together and really build power and really fight against the fascism that's been here, but finally popping its head out and being loud and proud about it. And unless we do something, really come together, it's gonna get real bad.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. You already know we are about to get into another white story, and this one is something else. This guy was so sure. He said he did vote for Satan if it came down to it. No second thoughts, no regret, just straight up chaos energy. But fast forward a few months and guess what? The same guy is back with another video. And let's just say he's singing a very different tune. Now, suddenly, it's time for unity. Now we need to work together. Bro, where was all this come together energy when people were warning you? And why he's having his "oh no, what did I do" moment? There's another group of voters who made a different choice. They refused to vote for Harris because of Gaza, and now they have something to say too. So what is the lesson here? What are people saying? And most importantly, how do we move forward from this mess? Let's break it all down.
Make one thing very, very, very clear. We are going to do everything in our power to make sure Kamala Harris doesn't win. Vote for, if you want Donald Trump to win, say that. Bitch, I will vote for Satan if I have to. Remember, no one's free until we're all free. And we can't protect ourselves if we can't protect each other. This is the time for all the minorities, all the movements, all the working class to come together and really build power and really fight against the fascism that's been here, but finally popping its head out and being loud and proud about it. And unless we do something, really come together, it's gonna get real bad.
Oh, Esau. There you go.
This is the time for all the minorities, all the movements, all the working class to come together and really build power and really fight against the fascism that's been here, but finally popping its head out and being loud and proud about it. And unless we do something, really come together, it's gonna get real bad. Remember, no one's free until we're all free. And we can't protect ourselves if we can't protect each other.
Con artist.
This is the time for all the minorities, all the movements, all the working class to come together and really build power and really fight against the fascism that's been here, but finally popping its head out and being loud and proud about it.
Oh, he's sick today. He's sick. Look at him. He don't know what to do. Now, see what he doing is he posted this on his threads. You know, he ain't got but one comment and a few. I don't even know if he got 3 likes. But anyway, he hiding in broad daylight. Because I'm telling you, they on that ass. And TikTok, thank you for restoring my video. Because I ain't going to let up off Rashida No Kirk. I ain't going to let up off Rashida No Love and Hip Hop. I'm going to stay on it. Yes, I am.
Sounds good, bitch, but we should have did this November 5th. But might I remind you, you said this. He said all of this, and then he sealed it with a kiss. How do you expect us to come together in unity and form a community when there's no trust? You betrayed us. The black community told you this was going to happen, and rather than listening to us, you silenced us, you harassed us, you doxed us, you dehumanized us. You told us we don't know what genocide is, we don't know what oppression is. Imagine telling somebody who literally had to survive 400 years of slavery that we don't know what oppression and genocide looks like. You think just one day we just woke up and black folks were granted their rights? No, we had to fight for it. And one thing that we learned within that fight is also learning about this thing called harm reduction. We had to learn how to play chess, not checkers, and it literally took us years to get here. And the sad thing about it is the black community tried to give you the play-by-play on how we could help the Palestinian people, but you didn't want to listen to us. You said that we're stupid, we don't know anything about oppression, we're ghetto, hoodlum, genocidal trash. You dehumanized us. Told us that we don't know anything about a country that has literally been disenfranchising us for the last 400 years. And the sad thing about it is you would not have your civil rights if it wasn't for black people's plight. The only reason why you was even able to protest vote to begin with and throw it away is because of the blood that was spilled by my ancestors. So please get that fucking shit correct. And now y'all got the nerve to knock on the motherfucking door and ask black people, where are you at, black folks? We need you. Well, we needed you too on November 5th. And we told you that if you think that you are going to teach us a lesson, you're going to fuck around and find out first. Please don't come to black creators. Don't come to black people asking us for shit in this moment. Okay, we only 2 weeks in and we still haven't healed. We still haven't healed. And that brings it back to the dehumanization of it. We put our sweat, tears, and soul into this election, trying to save this nation once again for every other minority and marginalized community to betray us. And then you got the motherfucking nerve to show up to our fucking doorstep and tell us what the fuck to damn do. And we need to get your black ass up and do something. Please be gone with that bullshit. If anything, what y'all should be doing is apologizing to us, trying to gain our trust again, because I'm going to tell you right now, we don't fucking trust you. In order to build community, there has to be trust there. And you've already gone against the damn grain. You got 2 years to get y'all shit together before the next midterms and gaining black people's trust, because we don't trust y'all asses. Because I'll be damned if I'm going to be on the front lines and being used as a black human shield for people who do not even give a fuck about my existence and played in our face and told us that they want us to suffer because they were angry. The same people who said that they were our allies when we said, if you vote for Kamala Harris, don't worry about her. The black community will hold her accountable if we elect her. But rather than reaching across the aisles for a compromise, you decide to play in our fucking face and set off a fucking bomb and explosion. And now all of us are dealing with the consequences. So please leave us the fuck alone. Stop harassing us. Remember, we don't know anything about oppression. We don't know anything about organization. We're DEI hires. We're apes. All this anti-black shit that y'all was saying on this TikTok app to black content creators and black people. We remember. Okay, November was number damn 3 months ago. We remember. The North remembers. Why is the onus always on us? Again, black people do something. Black people fix it. Black people organize it. Black people put it together. For us to tear it the fuck apart and then play in your face and claim to quote unquote be allies when all we ever do is lie. Because as soon as the white supremacists come a knocking, we're going to run and find safety and supremacy and leave your ass out in the cold to fend for yourself. Because again, black person, you're not human. Your life doesn't matter. Even though I have BLM in my bio, I honestly don't think it matters. I'm doing this for clicks and views and get invited to the cookout. Just stop. Why is it that everything that this black woman said has come to pass and it's been less than 2 fucking weeks? Why is it that everybody black was on the same damn time and the same fucking wavelength, but y'all couldn't be? Because again, y'all don't want fucking equality. Y'all want to benefit from white supremacy. And right now, black people are trying to internalize that, grasp that, and try to move differently around y'all because we do not trust anybody but our own in this moment. And can you really fucking blame us? Stitch this, bitch. And can you really fucking blame us? Stitch this, bitch.
I know Too Raw, Too Real wasn't really talking to me, but I wanted to respond to the video, or at least add on to the video, because he did say, stitch this, bitch. First off, I don't blame black people, or anyone who's been fighting to stop what is happening. And the day, because I am seeing people say, oh, we need to get together, we need to do this, we need to do that. The day for everyone to get together was November 5th. That's when you should have gone to the ballot box and voted for Kamala Harris. But this country is too racist and too misogynistic to do that. And I discounted how misogynistic and racist this country was. But I have known since 2016 that Trump was a problem. You see, I met a history professor in Germany And one of the things that he did on the side was that he gave tours of World War II, Munich, Germany. And he would talk about the beer hall, Bush, and other things that led to the downfall of German democracy in the 1930s. And he set up the scene and made parallels between what Trump was saying and doing with 1930s Germany. When I met him again in 2018, he was even more adamant that that was what was happening. And we know, even in hindsight, people were saying this kind of stuff. You don't think Trump is a problem for his second term, but we know he's going to be a problem. We know that he's a threat to democracy because his first week in office last time, he tried to ban Muslims, which breaks the First Amendment. Right? And then he's been constantly attacking reporters ever since. Again, that's against the First Amendment. And this time, what does he do? He's trying to sue. Actually, no, he has been suing media companies for publicizing things that were true that he just didn't like because they quoted him. That's it. That's against the First Amendment. That is an attack on the First Amendment. That is a threat to the Constitution. And then he tried to do away with birthright citizenship as enshrined in the 14th Amendment with the sign of a Sharpie. He doesn't have the authorization to do that. The only way to change an amendment to the Constitution is another amendment. But he did it anyway. That's showing intent. Even if he doesn't succeed, that's showing intent. That means he is a threat. You don't have to succeed to be a threat. He is a threat. And people warned you about this repeatedly, and we were ignored. So, I'm getting together with some friends just to try to survive and make plans. But you're all on your own.
Days before the last presidential election, Donald Trump was the invited guest at the Great Commoner restaurant in Dearborn, Michigan. Albert Abbas says he extended that invitation, a decision he is now reflecting on, given all that has happened in the last 24 hours.
Many in the community are at a loss for words. Last night was a very rough night for most of us.
Abbas is Arab American and one of a number of Democrats who voted for Trump. Abbas says he hoped Trump would do more than President Joe Biden did to help Palestinians suffering in Gaza.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip.
But after Trump said Palestinians should leave Gaza so it can be redeveloped, Abbas says not only does he feel betrayed, he's hearing from a number of people angered over his past support of Trump.
People were really, really frustrated. And I don't think there's anyone to blame. At the end of the day, as Arab Americans or Muslim, we really didn't have much of a choice.
Dearborn, a Detroit suburb, is home to the largest Arab American population in the United States, a community which helped Trump carry the critical swing state. He won 42% of the vote in Dearborn versus Vice President Harris with 36% and Jill Stein with 18%. In 2020, Biden handily carried the city with 69%. Faye Nimmer voted for Trump in 2024 out of frustration over the previous administration's support of Israel. Now, she is troubled by the president's proposal to move Palestinians out of Gaza.
I mean, it's very concerning and it's infuriating.
Personal feelings, you're infuriated, but standing by your decision for now to have voted for Trump.
Correct.
And what would move that needle for you to say, you know what, I made a mistake?
Palestine is the red line for this community.
Nimmer says she suspects Trump is bluffing and is using his proposal as some sort of negotiating tactic. That's the same sentiment shared by Amar Zar.
First, this is clearly not going to happen, right?
And real estate broker Ali Alfarajala.
A lot of people are calling me and texting me saying, hey, how did your vote work out? How was that third party vote?
Both were so-called protest voters. Neither supported Trump or Harris. Are there any sort of second thoughts now about having supported a third-party candidate?
Absolutely not. And I'll still do it again and again and again.
I didn't vote for Trump. So a protest vote, I don't know. I would say it was a targeted vote of conscience to say that the children of Gaza have to mean something. Their death has to mean something.
And while Arab Americans here were divided in the past, going forward, one point is uniting them: opposition to Trump's proposal to move Palestinians out of Gaza.
The community will be unified. I will tell you this. The Palestinian people would rather die and live in a demolition site than to be ethnically cleansed and being sent out of Gaza to Egypt or Jordan.
Don't start commenting yet. There's more.
Trump's remarks are very outrageous.
Obviously, what he said is ridiculous, and it would never happen.
I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised.
I'm here in Dearborn, the largest Arab majority city in the US, and the war in Gaza was a deciding factor in the presidential election here. In this largely liberal city, President Trump won, and that was a big deal. We came here to speak to the Arab American community to find out how they feel about President Trump's comments about taking over Gaza.
I voted third party. I think it's unlawful and delusional for him to think that he can displace Gazan people from Palestine, and that is calling for ethnic cleansing.
I voted for Donald Trump. The initial reason why I voted for him was that he promised to bring stability to the Middle East and, to focus more of our resources on our country.
Do you regret voting for Trump?
I feel like I do and I don't. It's like mixed feelings, because I feel like if I did vote for Kamala or I didn't vote at all, my vote would have went to waste. She might have won, and I don't think that it was in her best interest to have a ceasefire.
No one should be shocked by it. This guy's illiterate. He's never read a book about Palestine or maybe a book about anything.
How did you vote in November?
Stein.
Why did you choose not to vote for Trump or Harris?
If the Democrats would have won the White House, no one would have ever listened to us ever again. They would have said these people cry wolf. They'll eventually come around, or their votes don't mean anything. We couldn't let that be the
Now, comment down below.
Alright, let's break this down. So we have a guy who went viral for saying he did vote for Satan if he had to. He didn't care who he did have to deal with for the next 4 years. At the time, he was all about making a point, or about rejecting the alternative. He had that energy of, I don't care, I just want a change. I want something different. I want to punish the people I think failed me. And a lot of people were in the same mindset. The mentality wasn't about long-term consequences. It was about immediate reactions, about making a statement. But now he's back, and suddenly the same guy who was so certain, so loud, so willing to throw everything into the fire is singing a different tune. He's saying he needs unity. He's saying we have to come together, and people are looking at him like, really now? See, this is the problem with reactionary voting. People get caught up in this moment. They don't think about what happens next. They don't think about the policy, the consequences, the real world impact. It's all about emotions, about who they are mad at today. And then when things don't turn out how they expected, it's suddenly time to come together and fix things. But let's be real. People did warn him. People did say this would happen. And instead of listening, instead of thinking critically, he dug in. And now he has to sit with the consequences of his own votes. And why this one's guy's regret is making waves, there's another group of voters who made a different choice for a different reason. The people who didn't vote for Harris over Gaza, they saw what was happening and they said, no, we can't support this. They took a stand, and now they are watching everything play out exactly how they expected. And here's the thing, people try to act like these voters wasn't serious, like their stance wouldn't matter, like they were just being difficult, but in reality, they were paying attention. They knew that no matter who won, certain issues wasn't going to be magically fixed. And now, while some are sitting in regret, they are standing firm in their decisions. This is what happens when elections are treated like a game, when votes are cast based on short-term emotions instead of long-term consequences. People act like their choice won't have lasting effects, and then, when reality hits, they want to come together and fix what they broke. But some damage can't be undone overnight. Some choices have consequences that stretch far beyond 4 years. And now what is left? The people who voted out of speed are realizing they got exactly what they voted for. The people who voted based on principle are saying that their fears were justified, and everyone else, they are just watching it all unfold, waiting to see what happens next. So what is the lesson here? It's simple. Think before you vote. Pay attention before you react. Because once the decision is made, there is no going back. Thank you for watching, and let's continue this conversation in the comments below. Let us share our thoughts and perspective with one another. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on the story and more. I will see you in the next video.